good financial numbers, very low inflation. We brought costs way down, and the numbers were surprising, except to me, they weren't surprising. So the inflation numbers just announced, as you know, are way down, and we have it back in track. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country, and now we have very modest inflation, which is what you want to have.
Mr. President, are you anticipating? Why hasn't the FBI taken over the Nancy Guthrie case as the lead investigator? Do you have any updates on how that's going?
Well, they took it over originally. You know, it was a local case originally, and they didn't want to let go of it, which is fine. It's up to them. It's really up to the community. But ultimately, when the FBI got involved, I think, you know, progress has been made. Complicated.
Mr. President, are you anticipating cutting a deal with Democrats to end the potential shutdown for DHS?
We'll see what happens. We always have to protect our law enforcement. It's very important. They've done a great job. Remember, they've taken out hundreds of thousands of criminals out of our country, and we have the best crime numbers we've ever had, and everywhere. Murder numbers, crime numbers of any kind. We have the best numbers. We've taken out hundreds of thousands of criminals out of our country. We have to protect our law enforcement.
Are you talking to any Democrats, though?
Land strikes from Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela.
What about it?
Land strikes. Are you planning?
Don't worry about it.
Do you still have a veto on Nouri al-Maliki to become the Iraqi prime minister?
We're looking at a prime minister. We're going to see what's going to happen. We've got some ideas on it. But in the end, everybody needs the U.S. Everybody needs us.
Are you planning to hold anyone accountable for the shutdown in El Paso? The second aircraft carrier that you decided to send? Yeah. Talk about why you made that choice.
Well, in case we don't make a deal, we'll need it. If we don't have a deal, we'll need it. If we have a deal, we could cut it short. It'll be leaving very soon. We have one out there that just arrived. If we need it, we have it ready. A very big force.
Do you plan on holding anyone accountable?
Negotiations, do you still demand Zelensky has to hold elections before summer?
Well, Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Russia wants to make a deal, and Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Otherwise, he's going to miss a great opportunity. He has to move.
Mr. President, are you going to hold anyone accountable for El Paso?
President, are you personally involved in these negotiations overseas?
Well, I will, but you have to remember, if you look at Homeland Security, if you look at what they've done, if you look at what ICE has done and Border Patrol, we have the safest border in the history of our country. Nobody comes in other than if they come in legally. If you remember, just a little while ago, a year and a half ago, for a 4-year period, they allowed 25 million people in our country. Many of these people are murderers and drug dealers. A horrible thing. We've gotten a lot of them out. We now have the best records in the history of our country on crime. It was just announced our crime numbers are the best in 125 years. So I am here to protect law enforcement and our great police and ICE and Border Patrol and everybody. I'm here to protect them because they're protecting us. And the job they've done is incredible.
Do you believe Prime Minister Netanyahu will receive a pardon?
I do think so, yes.
Mr. President,
Are you satisfied with
Crispy known, Mr. President?
Yeah, I do.
Mr. President,
We have safe borders. We have low crime numbers. The answer is
Mr. President, do you think anyone should be held accountable?
You mean the way it happened? Yeah. People learn, you know, people learn.
People learn.
Greenland doesn't want Europe controlling them anymore. What's your message to them, to those European leaders?
Well, I think Greenland's going to want us, but we get along very well with Europe. We'll see how it all works out. We're negotiating right now for Greenland.
Mr. President, do you think the cartels are at all involved in Nancy Guthrie's case or another nation state potentially?
You can't say that yet. It's a little bit early, but it's somebody either knew what they were doing very well or they were rank amateurs. Either way, it's not a good situation.
Mr. President, do you think Sean Duffy should be held accountable?
Well, I have a great relationship with them. If it wasn't for me, they'd be paying 2% and not paying. Instead, they're paying 5% and they're paying. We have a very good relationship with NATO.
How confident are you that our negotiations with Iran will be successful?
I think they'll be successful, and if they're not, it's going to be a bad day for Iran. Very bad. We're talking, but, you know, we have to protect law enforcement. ICE has done a phenomenal job. Border Patrol, we have a closed border for the first time in history. We have to protect law enforcement, our police, our Border Patrol, ICE, and others in law enforcement. And I'm very much, look, I know what they want. I know what they can live with. The Democrats have gone crazy. They're radical left lunatics. That's why their cities are so unsafe. The blue cities are the cities that are unsafe. So we have to protect our law enforcement. Well, we have a very good relationship with the president of Venezuela. As you know, we're working together very closely. We have our big oil companies going in. They're going to be taking out the oil and selling the oil for a lot of money, and Venezuela is going to get a big part of that money. And the relationship we have right now with Venezuela is, I would say, a 10. And the biggest beneficiary will be the people of Venezuela.
On Venezuela, will you be recognizing Delcy Rodriguez's government as the official government of Venezuela?
Well, right now we have done that. We're dealing with them, and really, right now they've done a great job. Delcy's done a very, very good job, and the relationship is strong. The oil is coming out, and a lot of money is being paid for oil by other nations, and we're taking care of it. We're refining it, and we're the only one that has the capability to refine it. Right now, the relationship with Venezuela is as good as it could possibly be.
When are you planning to visit Venezuela, sir?
I'm going to make a visit to Venezuela.
When?
We haven't decided. Are you from Venezuela?
From Colombia, sir. We share a border to Venezuela.
We just had a good meeting with you.
When the president of Colombia on the Munich Security Conference, what is your message?
I think the only message is we have a great relationship with NATO. We're a very powerful part of NATO. The people that are the heads of the countries, the various countries that we're talking about, they're all friends of mine.
All right, so unfortunately, the microphone not picking up these questions and answers as President Trump has moved a bit farther down the line. But it looks like it's a bigger crowd of reporters that are more stretched out than normal, because usually we're able to get the entire segment there as he leaves the White House and goes kind of down the line to ask and answer the questions from the reporters. But unfortunately, it sounds as though we have kind of lost that audio. Let's try to lift it up just one more time. And right now he's at the end of the line there. However, it does appear that in just about maybe 30 seconds to a minute, he walks back over to the other side to let reporters there ask a few more questions. I'm watching this kind of roll in, coming in, as I mentioned, from Fox News Channel here, as the group of reporters that are gathered outside the White House appear to be more spread out than they normally are. If you've watched us here on Live Now from Fox, we normally get some really good feeds right here. Trying to see how much longer until he appears to walk back. Give us just 1 second, as it should happen within the next 30 seconds or so. We also know that he does exit the White House with his wife, the First Lady Melania Trump, as they head over toward Fort Bragg here, where he's going to be making remarks in just about an hour. Not clear if that schedule will change, but let's lift the audio back up.
Has the economy turned a corner?
I think so. We're at 50,000 and we're at 7,000 with S&P. If you remember, and they can say it any way they want, they said if Trump, by the end of his term, 4 years, would get the number of Dow number to 50,000, it would be a miracle. It would be. I got it in 1 year to 50,000. Think of it, in 1 year. And I got S&P, which is actually harder, to 7,000, which they said would be impossible to do even within 4 years. And I got it in 1 year. The economy is doing unbelievable. We right now have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Do you think you're the president?